You're not gonna touch anything on this area. You're just gonna worry about this part right here. That's the thing that you need to worry about. Okay, so take these little screws out. Again with 2 hands. Take these screws off. Do not lose these screws because you only have 2. And they fit with a certain thread, so don't lose those screws. So if you lose one and you end up just saying, well, I'll just put one of them on, no, that's not going to work. It needs to have both screws in order for this system to work. Okay, so this is the motherboard that's been giving everybody problems. I don't know if you can see that, but that little magnet is pretty dirty. Let me see if it comes off. I don't know if it'll come off. Let's see. Just scratch it with your nail a little bit. Try to get all that dirt off, whatever it's on there. So now, see, that's how it's supposed to be. Check out when I turn the actual thing. When I turn this is where the steering wheel would be connected. See? So this is the thing you gotta do. So I don't suggest touching this at all. Just wipe it with your finger. Don't put any water in it. Just clean it with a rag, something small. Do not damage that. What you're gonna do is get one of these tiny washers. I suggest going from a really tiny one, as small as you can get. I don't know what to show you. Okay, let's see. This is a bit from a drill. I'm sure all of you guys have seen one of these before. This is how big the washer is compared to that. Just to give you a comparison, okay? You guys need to get some real tiny. What you need to do is grab this screw. Okay. You guys are going to put a washer right in these little pulls right here. That pull with my finger. Let me put it with my screwdriver. Right here on this one. And on this one. So that when you screw this on, you're actually screwing the washer between the motherboard. Right where my screwdriver is, right there. Alright, yeah, so don't do what I did. Don't drop your washer in this area. I found it, so you don't want to start this thing up with a little piece of metal wobbling around everywhere and it'll get caught between the gears and who knows what it'll do. So I put the washer in between the motherboard. You can see I haven't tightened it yet. I put one washer and then I put, let me move this out of the way. I put a washer right here with my screwdriver. I basically just put a spacer between the motherboard and the magnet. So all you gotta do is just put those two on there. Get really tiny ones. Screw this back on. Make sure it's on there tight. Don't over tighten the screws, because if you mess the threads on them, you're not gonna take that off again. So okay, now that I got those little tiny spacers in there, try to get this to focus. There you go, right there. And right here. Right there. Now I'm gonna hook everything up how it was. Be careful. And these don't snap in, they just go in there nice and tight. They're not gonna snap in, so please don't break these. Okay, once you got those done, make sure this is on there good. If you unhooked anything else, hook it back up. Shouldn't have to undo anything but these. This one and this one. That's all you're gonna have to undo. You don't even have to take this apart. So put your stuff halfway together. I'm gonna put the steering wheel back on. I'm not gonna put that cap on. You don't need to put that cap on. You need to have the cap off in case you need to put another spacer in there. It might take you a few tries, maybe 2-3 times. You might have to double up the spacer on this side and on that side in order for it to work. But I'm gonna put all this back together. I'm just gonna put it up real quick, just one screw, and then I'm gonna show you guys if it's still doing it. And then once I get it to where if I'm turning it real fast one way and the other and it doesn't go off of alignment, then that's how you know you put the spacers on there right, you put the correct length on, whatever. If it's still doing it a little bit, go ahead and put another spacer on one side or the other, or you could try both to space the motherboard out a little bit. And it should work better. If it's not working anymore after you do that, then you put way too many spacers on there. This motherboard right here is connected to the whole system. So if this gets messed up, the system won't read the buttons, won't read none of the little buttons up back. It won't read anything. Like even if your wheel isn't going off of misalignment, if your buttons don't work, you can also do this, and this will fix that issue. So I'll get back up and we'll see. Then once I'm done with that, I'm gonna show you guys how to take this apart and solder a e-brake wire for your custom setup. And I don't have my my setup right now, but I'm gonna be getting one soon. So I'm just gonna wire it up. So once I get my my e-brake, all I gotta do is just hook it up. I don't have to take it apart anymore. Alright. So once you get the spacers on, tighten it up. Set up your wheel. Notice how I only have it sitting without the straps. I don't even have this top on. Okay. This is gonna be so that in case your steering wheel is still misaligning, go ahead and put another spacer on it. So once you get that done, I put it back together, put the screw back on, put just two across from each other, because it needs this plate to hold the steering wheel together. So just wait for your game to load up, and then we're gonna test it. So I have this set up for my son. So, but before this, it would do the same thing. So let's see. I'm gonna try it right now. And you just want to force it towards one way. And I can already tell that it's not gonna misalign anymore. And just go out in a little open area and just gas it. Turn the other way, just pull it back and forth. And work it out a little bit. Because the more you work it out, the more it's gonna want to get misaligned. Alright, after that, it should drive straight. And there it is right there. And I am pushing on it. I'm pushing on it. My son was playing on this right now, so his setup. But when I do it, it'll misalign. Since he's small, he doesn't have enough power to turn the steering wheel. But yeah, I was like, I'm gonna do the video since some of you guys have been asking. So, and there it is. It's driving perfectly straight now. See? Let me see. And before, the car would be driving straight, but my steering wheel would be like this, driving straight. But now it's good. So these little washers definitely helped. I'm gonna take a picture of it, just so that you guys can see a little better if you guys couldn't see it on the camera. And there's a little update. Right now, once I put it back together, I'm gonna take it apart and wire up a wire for my e-brake. So once I get my whole setup, I just gotta unplug and unplug the e-brake cord from here. So it'll be just like some of these, you know what I mean? But I'll show you guys how to do that too, in case one of you guys are wondering how to do it, how to install a custom e-brake. So yeah.